Hello guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about solid shapes. I believe this is the last topic that we were learning before we closed school, so I'm just going to go through this topic one more time so that you understand when we try to find formulas to find surface area in the next topic. So we're going to start with solid shapes. So we already know what a solid shape is. Solid shapes are figures that occupy space. So this means that these figures have a length, a width, and they have a height. And we also call these 3D shapes, right? So we also have what we call a polyhedron, which is a solid figure enclosed by polygons. In our last topic, I think the topic before last, we talked about polygons, and we said polygons are shapes that have 3 or more sides. So we start from a triangle, a quadrilateral, a pentagon, a hexagon, on and on and on. Those are polygons. So those that do not have 3 sides are not polygons. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the face. So solid figures have faces. They are identified by their faces, which are polygons. So some of them you find that they have faces that are all the same, and some of them have different types of faces. And we're going to talk about how they are different on the next page. So let's take, for example, this picture right here. We have a face, which is this side, which is a square. So it has all square faces, which makes it a cube. So it has 6 square faces. And then we talk about the edge. The edge is this part, it is formed when 2 faces meet. So this face and the face on the other side meet here to form an edge. And then the last thing is a vertex, which is formed when 3 or more edges meet. This is like the corner of the box, right? So the vertex is formed with 3 or more edges meet. Okay, so let's move on to talk about prisms. So a polyhedron with 2 congruent and parallel bases joined by rectangular faces is called a prism. So 2 of the sides are the same, but the other sides might not be the same. In this example, we have this shape, and it has what? This side and another side, which are triangles, and the rest are rectangles. So this side and this side are what we call the bases. These are the 2 congruent and parallel bases. So this base is a triangle, and then we call it a triangular prism, because we name the prisms by the shape of their base. So the bases are triangles, so we call it a triangular prism. So the base is a triangle, but the other faces are all rectangles. So it's a triangular prism. And then let's move on to pyramids. So a pyramid is a polyhedron whose base is a polygon. The base is a polygon, and whose other faces are triangles that share a common vertex. So we all know that pyramids are like this, right? So let's look at this example here. So the base is the shape that is at the bottom, this bottom. What shape is at the bottom? If it is a square or a rectangle, we name this pyramid based on the base of the shape. So it has a base that is a square, and then other faces are triangles. So we call it a square pyramid. We name it after the base. The base is a square, so it is called a square pyramid. Okay, so we also have other solid shapes that are not polyhedron. For example, these 3. These are not polyhedrons because they do not have faces that are polygons, right? So it has two secular faces, this one, and a curved surface. We call it a curved surface. So, and this one has a curved surface and one face. In other books, it has one vertex as well. And this one has just one curved surface. We call this one a cylinder and this one a cone. Then this one is a sphere. So they are not polyhedrons. They have curved surfaces and they have secular faces. Okay, so in the next slide, I'm going to ask you to pause this video, try and label and name these, whether it is a prism or not, whether it's a pyramid or not. So write, if it's a pyramid, you write pyramid and then you name the pyramid. What is the name of the pyramid? So, for example, the first one, I'll give you as an example, it is a cube, right? Is it a prism or not? So you can just write cube, prism. So try and do that. Pause the video now and do just that and finish the whole 7 shapes. Just write the names. You don't need to draw them. Just write the names on your paper. Okay, I hope everyone has finished. Let's find out if our answers are correct. The first one is a cube and it is a prism. Then the second one is a cylinder. It is not a prism. It is not a pyramid. The third one is a sphere. It is not a prism. It is not a cylinder. So it is not a pyramid. And then the third one, we call that a cuboid, or we also call it a rectangular prism. So that one is a prism. Then this one is a cone. It's not a prism or pyramid. And this one is a triangular prism. Then the last one is a square pyramid. I understand some of you might have written rectangular pyramid. It's okay still because sometimes you cannot see whether it's a square or a pyramid, a square or a rectangle. Okay, let's move on to the next page. So in this, I want us to now start to count the faces. I want you to tell me how many faces, how many edges, and how many vertices these shapes have. If it does not have any, you can write 0, or you can just write what you know about it. So in the first one, here you have to count the faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on top. So you write 6 faces. And how many edges does it have? You have to count the edges. So the edges are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it has 12 edges. And how many vertices does it have? It has how many corners, in other words? Yes. How many corners? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corners. So do the same for all the other and pause the video as well. Now that you have finished, let's check our answers. The first one has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. Very good. The second one has a curved surface and 2 circular faces. Then the third one has just one curved surface. This one has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. And then, so this one has just the same as the first one. These two have the same. And then the fifth one, it has a curved surface, 1 circular face, 0 edges, and it has 1 vertex. This one might be different for most of you, I understand, because I know in different books, some books say it doesn't have an edge, some books say it has 1 edge, but we say that an edge is where 2 faces meet, and the face has to be a polygon. Okay, so the next one has 5 faces, 9 edges, and 6 vertices. Then the last one has 5 faces, 8 edges, and 5 vertices. So I hope you got all that correct. And moving on to our next lesson, we're going to be talking about nets of solid shapes. I hope you understood this better, and I have put together a worksheet for you guys to do as homework, and I hope by the time you get to the next video you would have completed that worksheet. It's not very long, it's just one page, and I'll give you the answers to that worksheet in the next video. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.